Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.
That's right. It's the Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. For more info on the show, latalkradio.com, SheenaMetalExperience.com. Don't forget to email me and let me know what you think of the show. If you're looking for me online, it's so easy. I'm just at Sheena Metal everywhere and at LA Talk Radio everywhere. And we're on Facebook Live when we broadcast, so I'm there a lot. Hello, Facebook Live right now. And I'm also the founder of a movement of peace and love and kindness and unity. And we're at raisingthevibration.org. That's our new nonprofit hub. And I am raisingthevibration.com. Please join me there. A lot of my heart lives there, and I would love if you lived there too. My guest all the show is returning to the show. She's a wonderfully talented musician and has a brand new CD, and I'm thrilled to have her here. Please welcome to the show, the wonderful Sean Wiggins. How are you, my friend?
I am good.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me back.
You're one of those people that I have on the show that knew me before LA Talk Radio.
Wow. I didn't know there was you before LA Talk Radio.
Did you not know? Yes. Most people, I think, a lot of people came into my life when I started this job. Yeah. But there are those that knew me before there was this job, and I like to always pull them on. And because you did a lot of my musical first with me. You played a lot of my things.
Yeah. Wait.
Opened a lot of nights for me and played the first one.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Which was, yeah, exactly. Yes, Festival of the Egg.
Festival of the Egg.
Remember Festival of the Egg? That was fun.
It was so fun.
Until they canned it because then nobody was drinking. People were just coming in for free and not drinking.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't one of those.
No? I was, but I was working. Yeah, I learned an interesting phenomena at the time because my dream at that time was that someday I was going to open a nightclub where there was never a cover charge.
Right.
And I still would love to have that dream. But the problem is oftentimes when you're working with bands, because so many bands oftentimes have to sell tickets for whatever,
right,
that when they don't have to sell tickets, then they just sort of invite all the people that will never pay, who are usually the people that
don't drink.
Right. Roll up and don't drink.
Right.
Yeah. So it sort of became almost like an adult daycare, but it was really packed. But remember we had the eggs everywhere and we had the colored Jell-O shots. It was fun. Yeah. I miss that whole theme. I'm going to do that again. Through my nonprofit, I got the URL Music Raises the Vibration because I think it totally does.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And I'm going to start doing some musical shows with original artists. And some comedy shows. I got Laughter Raises the Vibration, and then some theater as well, to just sort of get people engaged again.
I think that sounds great. I'll do it, but I'm not opening.
Oh, okay. Why would you open? You're not really an opener.
I'm not an opener.
You've never opened for me, have you? Unless you wanted an early slot for some reason, like you had 3 other gigs that night.
Well, there's that.
That's probably happened.
That's very possible.
Yeah, I would love for you to come down some night. I'm a reverend and I do an interfaith service at the MCC Church, the Founders. I'm on staff there. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that. Where is this?
It's on Hollywood.
Okay.
Where Hollywood meets Los Feliz, Vermont and Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an important thing, right? Because that was a church founded by gay people who got kicked out of their churches. So it's always been a welcome to all. And now they've taken me on to start this interfaith thing. And we always have a musical guest. I'd love you to come down and sing some originals and be a special guest because it's fun. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that.
I haven't. I think it's time.
Nice. I can't believe I found something you haven't done. I feel like I should get some kind of special prize for that. What are your favorite kind of gigs now?
Ones that pay more.
Okay. All right.
I pretty much,
the Aries answer.
Obviously I want to make money, but I kind of enjoy, I actually enjoy more of a bar gig. Mm-hmm. Or a restaurant than some private stuff, because private stuff somebody's bossing you around and I like to be my own boss. Mm-hmm. So they get paid more, but somebody's telling me what to do.
Nothing beats bar gigs. Bar gigs are the best.
Yeah.
They don't pay the best, but they're the best because people are there to have fun.
They're there to have fun and they're just appreciative and it's perfect. And everybody's usually they're drinking.
Mm-hmm. And having fun.
When
I worked for almost 10 years on the Howard Stern station, and my job was basically people would call up and they would tell me their problems. then I would make fun of them, say something funny and hang up on them and go to the next one, like shock jocking.
Right.
And when I decided not to pursue another show there after my 5th one ended, at the time I was booking a band that our mutual guitarist that we share, Paul Houston, was in. And I would sit in this little bar down the street from my house, which you probably also played at. And I would just see people like shooting pool and laughing and drinking and smoking and laughing. And it was such a relief from just everybody's isms,
Right.
70 calls per night. And I went back to booking music because I needed a break from everybody's isms. And
Right.
there's something I think sometimes, except when people get too rowdy, you pretty much get people at their best when they're just chilling, listening to music, having a drink, eating some food.
Yeah,
I mean,
for the most part. Yeah, I think they're just happy.
It's a happy.
They're calm.
Yeah. And I think for artists like us that you tend to sort of empathically suck in everybody's everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just have that, just see people when they're just chill and relaxed and they want to dance and they want to sing and they want to have a good time. And,
Yeah.
there's not enough of that in our world, people having a good time.
No, we definitely need more, especially as you're driving like to Woodman and Ventura in
Oh.
rush hour.
Oh, is it like you did today? But you didn't drive though.
No, I Ubered.
Okay. Is it less stressful when you're in the Uber or just as stressful?
Way less stressful. That's why I do it.
You do it a lot? Because you
I'm-
drive so much for gigs.
Yeah, I'm starting to really love like Uber.
Okay. I've only Ubered. I've never purchased an Uber or a Lyft, but I was speaking at an event for a fundraiser for cystic fibrosis in Key West, and you can't get cabs there because there are no cabs. And,
Right.
and the cab drivers there are like, oh, how much is it going to be? Oh, $10. And you get there, they're like $45.
Oh.
So now they have Uber and Lyft there. And so everybody was ordering Ubers and letting me tag along because I'm like, what is this Uber thing and how do I do it? And I was blown away by how nice the drivers were, how like really lovely everybody was, and how nice the cars were, and what a smooth ride it was. And
Yeah.
I love to drive, so I don't like to be not in the driving control seat. Aries. Wow. An Aries that wants to be in control? What a novel thought.
I know. That's why it's okay since I'm sitting in the back. I just don't look forward.
Okay.
As long as I'm not looking, I'm okay.
Okay.
The minute I look, I want to be in the driver's seat.
Okay. Because you're worried about you're like the meerkat that stands outside the hole. and
Yeah.
You're worried about impending danger.
I completely identify with the meerkat.
Do you
That's
love
so
the-
funny.
the
I
meerkat?
love the meerkat.
I do too. I love that they take turns, right? Now it's your turn and they just stand there like, all right, where's the trouble? But I think that's kind of what it's like to be an Aries sometimes, where we are always like our minds are overthinking the impending doom that oftentimes never comes. But we just are thinking all the time about, well, what if this happened? And could this happen? And what about this? And
I'm trying to stop myself from doing that.
I'm better. When I was young, that really took me out of the game a lot. It was awful. When I was in my 20s and
Me too.
30s, it was awful.
I would always set up the worst scenario,
Me too.
just so
Just
that
in
if
case.
if it didn't happen, then
Me
I could be
too.
really happy.
Me too. Even when I travel, because I'm kind of an anal traveler, because I don't particularly like to fly, I have like a little kit and it's got like, like a little wire cutter and a little scissors and a little thing with like 2 pieces of tape. And I'm like, but what if? What if this happened or what if that happened? They probably go through security and they're like, who is this? What is this? Some wannabe terrorist is going to make something out of a toilet paper roll and mashed potatoes. But it's because I don't want to be stuck in a place like Key West,
Right.
and then, oh, what if I need a battery and don't know how to get to it? Or,
Exactly.
yeah, it's a strange thing. But I think Aries, we're a little like little Girl Scouts. We always want to be prepared for everything.
And that's why sometimes I've been put up in the hotel with really cool shit in the bathroom. And so now I travel with, I collect those things like a magpie.
I collect them too. Yes. I tell other people, if you're staying somewhere, because people are like, oh God, I'm staying at the Ritz-Carlton, but I can't use any of their products because I can't. I'm like, oh really? Because I know somebody who could use their products and it's me. Save them for me.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
And that mending kit. I
Oh,
want the
yeah.
thing that says, and the shoe shine cloth. I want all of it.
I keep all of it. I take it all home. I do the same thing. Yeah. The other day, my friend was like, hey, do you want all these products from the Disneyland Grand Californian? And I'm like, what? I mean, that's like some good lotion.
Yeah.
No, I do too. I keep it all with me too. Because everything has to be in the tiny bottles.
Yeah. That's our world.
I love tiny things. That's fantastic. So how many albums is this? Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's my 7th.
Is that it? I
Well,
would've
I've
thought
got
more.
10. I have 10. I do have more, but when I went out on my own as Sean Wiggins, because
Okay.
before then I was in bands, so we had different names.
Okay,
I released albums with other bands.
And how many have you done with this theme of nakedness?
The naked theme is 3.
Okay.
I did Naked Thursdays, Clothing Optional Fridays, and now Exposed.
Oh, I thought there was another one in there.
No, just 3.
Okay. And will you always now be naked?
No, probably this might be my.
All right. There's not going to be like a happy 70th, 45 albums down the road. Happy 70th, still nude. 70 and Sean Wiggins 70 and still nude.
I'm not going to do that to you.
Okay. I don't think it's such a bad thing. Looking at this one, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape then.
I'll just do like a toe.
Okay.
A naked toe.
Naked. It's called Granny Toe. It's going to be the name of the album. My Granny Toe. Was it weird for you to pose naked the first time?
Well, why I did it originally is I'm really shy.
Yeah.
So I just did it to step out of my comfort zone. And I thought, well, I can just do it, Sean. Because I'm the type of person who would like go into the women's locker room and like hide to change.
Okay.
I'm just really shy.
All right. I am too. Not that shy because I grew up in the theater where we're all changing in front of each other.
Yeah.
But painfully shy about almost everything. But nobody believes it, right? Because we're always up in front of people. Nobody ever believes you're shy.
Yeah.
Awfully shy.
Yeah.
So this was like a getting out of your comfort zone championship thing.
And this one was the worst because I'm actually fully nude in this shot.
Yeah. Were you not before?
No. I had sort of glued some things to my body because I was walking out my neighbor's front door.
Oh.
So I was walking into humanity. So,
Okay.
In Valencia.
All right. Now, was there a fear of being naked in the wild? I mean, I know you're not in the wild, but you're actually in a yard and dirt is touching you.
Well, I am in the wild, actually. I'm in something called open spaces in Valencia. So it's like a hiking brambly area.
Yeah.
So
and
I
there's
had a lot of
brambles
brambles.
in the cover photo. There are brambles. And I'm like, that looks like that could be potentially not a great thing.
No, it kind of hurt.
Okay.
But it's all for art.
But you... Anything for art. That's fantastic. How is this one different than the others? Because every album brings something different, right? Not just nudity.
Well, this is a new cast of characters in this, and I had a different producer on this, and he played a lot of the instruments and added keys.
Beautiful.
And a lot of background vocals, and I didn't have keys or background vocals.
Did he sing the background vocals himself?
No, I did it, but
he added it when he produced it.
Yeah,
and he played keys.
He played keys and guitar and bass, and and I have two different. I have my drummer who plays with me live, and then another drummer played on 4 of the cuts.
Okay.
And I did 2 of the songs with another person as well, Linda Taylor. Have you heard of Linda?
I do know Linda.
Amazing guitar player, toured with Tracy Chapman and.
Beautiful. How did you meet this producer?
I was working on one of the songs, and my girlfriend hooked me up with another guy who was just going to produce that song, and it wasn't really working. So I was going over to this other. He had introduced me to this, who became my producer. His name's Wes. He introduced me to Wes to just play some guitar on the track, and it was like a magical. We just understood each other, and so.
Isn't that wonderful?
Let's keep doing it.
That's magic. How long did it take to do 11 songs? 10?
We did 9 of those songs together. It took, once I got the fire going, it took about, I don't know, 7 months or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's tedious in studio.
Yeah, I
mean,
when we
if you're
really,
a perfectionist.
Maybe like 5 to 7 months.
Still a lot.
Yeah, and I'd already had a bunch of tracks already done, so it was a lot of intensive work, in addition to playing 4 or 5 gigs a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's the thing, is that you're never home to be in the studio.
Right.
Because you're always on the road. I know from living with musicians back to back, and yes, I am rubbing my temple as I say that, and having a mini studio in my back room that I didn't ask for, but it just was. During the mixing process, it's a lot of like listening to the same thing over and over and over, and it's a lot.
I wasn't there.
Really?
I gave it up.
Really? That's like said no Aries ever.
I know.
You weren't there during the mix at all?
Mm-mm.
Did you just had to listen to the mixes at the end and make sure you liked them? Or was he just like, here it is?
No, I listened and to see if I liked them.
Yeah.
But the last CD that I did with Paul, Clothing Optional Fridays,
Right.
Paul Houston, He pretty much mixed them without me.
Oh, wow.
I decided my looking over somebody's shoulder and sort of not letting them finish a thought.
Yeah.
Like I'll jump in and go, "What do you?"
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just leave it alone.
There would have been a day when I would have insisted on that. Now I'm kind of in the same place. Can you just make it beautiful and then bring it to me?
Yeah.
Because I just can't. It's too much.
Yeah, it's too. I'll want to say something and I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So and I know both Paul and Wes appreciated me not being there.
Oh, okay.
So it was a gift.
Nice. Then do you, in both cases with both of those guys, do you tend to make a lot of changes after you listen?
No.
Oh, isn't that nice?
No.
It's about trusting people.
Yeah, that I know them and I know they're probably making better decisions than I might make.
That's wonderful. That's so important. I love that. Well, that's given me new hope that all Aries can someday actually take a spiritual laxative and let it all go. But I have too with a lot of things. I don't sweat a lot of things like I used to.
Yeah.
I used to sweat a lot of stuff, and now I'm like, whatever.
I used to always worry what people were thinking.
Okay.
I
Yes,
spent a
me
lot of
too.
time
Me
putting
too.
thoughts into other people's heads.
Right. Me too. Well, like one of the 4 agreements, right? What other people think of me is none of my business. That was a hard one for me.
I've not heard that.
You didn't know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's one of the 4 agreements. What other people think of me is none of my business. But I think as Aries, because we are such control freaks, we want to like control the environment of everything. Usually because we want to make it lovely for everyone.
Right.
But still, it's still controlling.
Right.
And maybe we're not supposed to, That's why I don't rescue anything over 15 pounds anymore. I don't no longer.
You mean like elephants?
Yeah, that I would rescue. No humans.
Oh, okay.
Because I used to think, I'm just helping. But then it's like nobody maybe really asked me to help. I just offered to help.
Oh, okay.
And that's still sort of like putting
Pushing
your
your-
ego in it when no one's really asking. You're like, I'm going to help everyone.
Right.
Now I just help everyone in the world as much as I can by throwing things out there, but not specifically deciding I'm going to adopt things and take care of them.
Right. Things as in human things.
Human things, and crush them to death as I pet them and love. I'm going to crush you to death as I love you. No. Okay, so what do you want to play? What are we doing? We should play something.
Well, why don't you started the first song's called Vampire. It's kind of fun.
Nice. Let's do that. All right. I got everything loaded up, so let's do it. So this is from Sean's brand new CD, and it's like really brand new, right?
Really brand
Has
new.
it been on the radio yet?
Not yet.
No. Well, it's a radio debut.
Radio
How about
debut.
that? This is from Exposed, Sean Wiggins, and this is Vampire. Let's do it. And we'll be right back after this. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. And here we go.
She had long dark hair, ruby red lips, skin like the moonlight, ever so ample hips. Well, she stood in the corner, watching people dance, smile like Mona Lisa, just waiting for her chance. But you better beware, she could be a vampire, dead of the night. Suck your blood dry and vanish with a light. But be careful, watch for the night. Might have been away, fearing for your life. She spotted a prey. It was a pretty young thing. With a wave of her hand, slipped out the door. Tonight our souls were spared. She left and craving more. Honey, if you see her where you better walk away, 'cause I've traveled down that road and on the highway, yeah. But you better beware, you could be a vampire late in the night. Suck your blood dry, vanish with the light, but be careful, watch for the night. Caught up in a web, fearing for your life. Be a vampire late in the night. Suck your blood dry, vanish with the light. Be a vampire late in the night.
The Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. That's Sean Wiggins. The song is called Vampire, and that's from the new album Exposed. Sean is my guest all the show. Welcome back, my friend. So let's talk a minute about vampires, because you wrote the song.
Oh, okay.
So, part of my spiritual work is I work with folks who have been sort of vampired, who've had their energy sucked out
Oh,
by
okay.
energy vampires.
Okay.
And I do think that it's something that we don't really talk about vampires as being real, because we think of vampires as the dead guy in the coffin with the fangs.
Right.
But with the with the two fangs.
Fangs.
But I have this theory that even when Bram Stoker wrote Dracula, that it was really supposed to be sort of an analogy for a narcissistic sociopath.
That makes
Charming guy moves in next door, all the girls like him, everyone loves him, and then slowly but surely everyone in the neighborhood starts disappearing.
Right.
I mean, come on. We've all known that person.
Absolutely.
So when you wrote Vampire, is there some of that in it?
Well, yeah, it's not about a bloodsucker. Exactly.
There's no fangs.
It's not about fangs.
No.
It's about somebody who will do that. Take you over and you will lose you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Has that happened to you?
oh, many times.
Me too. Me too, a lot. No more. Part of the not rescuing anything human. Me too, a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, I think because, again, it's that Aries thing, right? We want to forgive and fix and make everything okay. And vampires kind of see that coming, and they're like, oh, look at all this lovely chi we can suck out of you
Yeah.
until you're dry.
Yeah, I think, but for me, it was also just naivete.
Yeah.
I was naive, and I thought people were all good
Oh, yeah.
and kind
Yes.
and had the best intentions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You are. It's such an Aries thing, right?
That's what I
I
thought.
love everyone, and everyone loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard when you realize that
That it
that
isn't.
everyone is not that. No.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's good.
Mhm.
It's eye opening, and you go, okay, maybe I can not step in that big pile
Mm-hmm.
next time.
And it's funny because I have clients and that I work with, and then in this community, and they're like, when I got involved with this person, and then I don't have any money, and I lost my job, and my friends stopped talking to me, and my family stopped talking to me, and everybody hates me, and I'm sick all the time, and I'm like, it's when did it start? Well, right when this relationship started. I'm like, it's this person. No, it's not. It can't be. No, it can't be this person. It's not that. It's got to be something else. So I lost this. I lost that. I'm like, but people you don't want to think, because the vampire is seductive, right? You don't
yeah.
want to think it's the vampire.
And they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the song is about, somebody like that. But
Yeah.
it's tongue in cheek and
Which
just
all
fun.
your songs are fun.
yeah.
They have serious meanings,
yeah.
but they're fun. But you could go and read that like at a beat poetry night, like super serious.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody would be like, oh,
What's she talking about?
right. It's the way I think that you present, like you put your messages in under a fun way so people can enjoy it and listen to it in their cars and tap their foot and stomp their foot and listen to it in bars. But the bottom line is it's also some serious stuff you put in songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I would say most of the songs on this new CD are pretty serious, actually. But I just was having a serious moment.
Yeah.
So
Were you not before?
Well, I was serious. When I write is all for different reasons. Usually I write when something horrible is happening or just uncomfortable.
Okay.
That's kind of what
You're a pain writer.
I'm a pain writer.
Okay.
So if I'm really freaking happy, I don't even write. I'm
Okay.
like, oh, I'm going to go out and fly a kite and go bowling and roller
Yeah,
skating.
I like that too. Whenever people are like, wow, you've lost so much weight, you look great. I'm like, life sucks. When I'm happy,
Right.
I eat and I smile and
Yeah. So this was, most of these were probably they were first written around a breakup time, probably.
Mm-hmm. A dark time.
A dark time.
Yeah.
But none of them sound particularly dark.
No.
They're fun.
Yeah. All your stuff is always fun. But then it's got that content, right? For people that want to dig into it.
Yeah, if you want to pay attention to the lyrics.
And you're, if you don't mind me saying, because I've known you, 20 something years?
I think so.
Your energy has shifted a lot in the last year or so.
Yeah.
In a very good way. You've become kind of less guarded and more present.
Yeah.
Kind of you wear your inside more on the outside now than you did.
Yeah.
You seem kind of more comfortable and relaxed in your own skin and just kind of chill. And I've seen that sort of gradually happen over the last couple of years.
For sure.
But definitely now. I mean, a lot of I think the worries about presenting who you really were on the outside. And I think that's something that some people just let their freak flag fly from day one.
Right.
And I think some of us are like, but you know what, I was used to always think, does anybody really care? Does anybody really want to know what's in the inside of me? Shouldn't I just perform and do my thing and then go away? Like, does anybody want to hear anything? Or nobody wants to. And I would keep myself very guarded too. And I've gone through that shift as well of kind of just locking into myself a lot.
And do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
I feel much more relaxed in general.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of all that you're talking about with raising
The vibration.
vibration, since I don't know everything that you're talking about. But for me right now, I have you know how you make your affirmations for your morning sort of breakfast moment. And one of them is just living your daily actions using grace, like having grace be sort of the main word that you keep
Such an important one.
in your brain.
Yeah, so important.
So it gets me away from, I want to react the way I would always, my normal reaction. And I go, well, that's probably not a good plan. And now I don't have to think about it very much, just because it sort of it's starting to be more natural.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to control everything.
Exactly. And for me, it was never wanting to react like that because I wanted to make somebody feel bad or just
No.
be an a-hole.
No.
It was because I felt like I always had to justify and explain everything and talk it out till it worked out.
Right.
And I'm just like, you know what? You go do you.
Yep.
If you figure it out, I'm over here.
Yep.
If not, namaste away. Wish you the best and see you soon or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't worry anymore about, but what if there's an unsaid thing or somebody didn't understand or what about, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've stopped being the energy lawyer. I don't need to plead my case 24/7. Well, I always felt like I had to fix everything. And I don't feel that way anymore. Now I feel like it's more important if it's somebody who just needs to hear, yeah, that's fine. I've even repaired a bunch of things in my life where there have been misunderstandings just by sending people text messages and saying, look, I don't even really know what happened, but if I had anything to do with it, please accept my apology and can we just let it go and be done? I call it my hatchet bearing tour. And most people are like, so far, everybody that I've approached, one took a little time but came around. Everybody's been like, absolutely, yeah. Because nobody wants that weird stuff hanging around there.
Well, some people do.
Oh, yeah. Well,
there are those who do.
And those I don't approach with my little hatchet.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Those don't get my hatchet.
Yeah. And then I wonder for them, how do you live with it? I feel for them.
I don't know. I think that living in a constant place of chaos and drama is a way for some people not have to do the spiritual work on themselves and ever really find out who they are. As long as you can't ever find the road to you because there's this big dark cloud of celestial brambles.
Yeah.
And there's so much garbage going on all the time that you can't get through it.
Yeah.
Then it's your excuse to never really have to do the work.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the same thing with addiction. I think it's the same thing. I think we use lots of other things in our lives to not have to really look ourselves in the mirror and say, okay, this is who I am and this is what I love. This is what I need to work on, but this is the real picture.
Yeah.
It's like they say when you're dieting, you should, God, they say you should stand in front of the mirror and just look at yourself naked for 20 minutes. because that we, in our minds, most people, like I'm one of those, some people look at themselves and go, oh, I'm so ugly. I'm one of those people who's like, it's not that bad. And then I look in the mirror, see a picture and I'm like, we tend to best case scenario to not have to go on the diet or do the thing.
Right.
And you should look at yourself. I think people should do that. Just, take a good, hard spiritual look at yourself and say, what do I love and what do I want to fix?
Yeah.
But it's scary, especially for artists, because we always feel like, but if I don't like what I see and it spins me into some kind of life search turmoil, who's going to play all the gigs and how am I going to get up and get on the radio every day? And, we always worry. We put the work before us a lot.
Yeah, I tend to just get so busy that that's my addiction is work.
Me too.
So if I'm too busy, I can't think about anything else and everything's fine.
Yep.
Don't rock the boat. Just, I'm busy. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Exactly.
Because what could be wrong with being busy?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Let's ask my cat. I think she hates me. Every time I come home, she's like, oh, you came home. Wow. Must be a holiday. Okay. What are we playing next, sweetheart?
How about The Gamble, track 3?
Track 3. Here we go. This is The Gamble. The album is Exposed. The artist is Sean Wiggins. She's with me through this whole show. And we're going to do this right now. And this is The Gamble right here on LA Talk Radio. It's the Sheena Metal Experience.
Your little bit of fun on the side. Don't want your friends to know about me. What if it doesn't turn out right? Isn't that the gamble? A roll of the dice. Your heart might be broken. At least you gave it a try. My door might just have a lock, but I think you know the key. So if I'm still around, you can sweep me off my feet. Told me all about your yesterdays, how life never treated you too kind. Say it's time to bring back your passion and leave the messy past behind. The flames they always burn deep in the night. Daylight brings the sun, but rarely brings the light. My door might just have a lock, but I think you know the key. So if I'm still around, you can sweep me off my feet. Haven't heard from you in a month of Sundays. Probably means it's gonna be a couple years. Memories are almost fading. I can't seem to work up any more tears. Just a fleeting moment in the passing of time. Threw me upside down, but I think I'll land just fine. My door might just have a lock, but I think I know the key. So if I'm still around,
Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. And that's the Gamble. Sean Wiggins from the album Exposed. Sean is with me. This beautiful stuff. We were talking during the break about how this is like your most rock thing ever.
I think so.
You've just gotten more and more rock
Yeah.
as you go. Every album gets more rock.
Well, I was going country for a while,
Right?
and I
Change your mind?
changed my mind.
All right. But this still has kind of a driving, like a Southern rock edge. It has
Yeah.
sort of like a Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet,
I
kind
love
of a
that.
feel.
Good.
I love that too. I grew up on that. My mom loved that. 'Cause she
Yes.
loved country, but she was like, not that wimpy country. She liked country that where you played from your crotch.
Right.
And
Right.
so that
the guitar's real low and
yeah,
Yeah.
gutsy country. She didn't like some lady in a long dress singing to tracks. That was not like her idea of country. So
with doves
with the
flying
yeah,
over.
and the poofy hair and the red checked picnic table looking dress with a frilly lace collar around it. No, that was not her thing. She liked it when it really smoked.
Right.
And I think that's kind of where you're going with this, and it's nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. It feels good. And we've been playing these a number of these live, and they really translate. It's fun.
Where are you? Where are you? What kind of places are you playing now? So you still do festivals,
Mhm.
right? Still do bars,
Mhm.
still do restaurants, do the private events,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much
That
that
covers.
pretty much rounds it out, right?
Yeah, I don't do showcase clubs.
Right.
That's the only thing I don't.
But you put originals into everything you do,
Yeah.
and nobody cares.
No, people request them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. So nobody can say anything.
Nobody
See?
can say anything. They're asking for them. Even the owners of the clubs are like, "Hey, play that song of yours, Whiskey and Duct Tape."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just for anybody out there who does what I do, did you know that BMI pays when you play your original songs live in a place that pays BMI?
Mm.
You get money for it if you're with. I'm with BMI,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
so when I play one of my songs, I keep a record of it, of what songs I play at certain places that work with BMI,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get a check every quarter.
Isn't that nice? You got this whole making a living as a musician thing totally down. I mean, you really figured it out.
It's really starting to happen now. Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of people can say that they've gone as long as you've gone without having a day job of any kind, just flat out playing music for a living.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for about 12 years now.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, most musicians are lucky if they have 1 year where they don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you've been able to make it go. And, and I always say there's nothing wrong with working a day job somewhere, making good money, using it to pay for the CDs, and playing gigs on the weekends with your original band. That's another kind of life.
Right.
Not everybody wants a life where I always say to people who are like, oh, I'm so envious of your blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, this is the thing. I don't have a family. I can go wherever I need to go. And my whole life is to be in service. So it's my life and I love it. It's not a life for everybody.
Right.
A lot of people want, well, my time with my family, my time with this, my time with that. And then I just really want to play music like maybe once a month, kind of
Right.
get out of my system. And that's great. If that's what you want, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Everybody wants something different.
Yeah. I mean, I have no life. So
Me too.
yeah.
But I do have a life because I
Well-
see people I love and I feel like I have some free time to do things sometimes, and I just always stay in motion. I get up in the morning and I start thinking about what are the things I have to do today.
Yeah.
And I'm just always in motion.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of days where I just sit and do nothing. I'm lucky that I can binge Netflix shows and work on the computer at the same time. I can kind of split my brain.
I can't do.
I totally can.
I mean, I can check email and watch.
Yeah.
I can respond to emails, but if I can't like write a song
Oh
and
no,
watch
I
Netflix.
couldn't. I don't think. No, I have written. I've written stuff. Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes I pause it when a download is coming.
Yeah.
And then I can go back to it. But so much of our lives now is emailing and keeping up the website,
Yeah.
keeping up the mailing list, putting the addresses on the mailing list, making sure the mailers go out. I mean, that's a lot of that rote work is a lot of what artists really fight.
I do like around 220 shows a year. And for each show, I figure I've got at least a couple hours worth of promo.
Mm-hmm.
And, putting it on the website, putting it on Facebook, putting it on Instagram, then talking to people, private messaging people
Yep.
to try to get them to the show.
Yep.
And I think for me, why I work as much as I do is because I do that.
I agree.
People come to my shows, and because people come who I know, and then they meet each other, and it turns into a party. So it's a good time. It works for everybody.
Well, the more people become friends with the more people,
Yeah.
the more chance they're going to come back. I've done that with a lot of my cyber audience, like folks you'll see in the Facebook chat for today. A lot of those folks would come to something, and then I always say, make a friend. They make a friend in the chat. They know their friends are going to be in there, then they come back.
Yeah.
Have you divided your mailing list by area? I've just started doing that.
Unfortunately, I didn't start with it at the beginning. I made my areas too large.
I didn't either.
But I do now. I have been for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll have Ventura, Santa Barbara, Central Coast,
Like
LA.
I send the same thing out to everybody like once a week, but then I also have started dividing so that when I go to Dallas to teach, I can by text message hit the Dallas people or private message, because a lot of times people want to come to something, but they don't know that you're in their area.
Right.
And our attention spans have gotten so short that people don't read like a whole mailer like they used to. Now they're sometimes they'd rather just get a text message saying, I'm in Dallas, these days come. That's all they can handle.
No, I find myself guilty of the same thing, and I'm trying not to do that, because I'll spend all this time getting all the information up, and I still get people who private message me, what time are you playing? I'm like, I just posted 5 times.
I know. I know.
And it's okay. And I just tell them, I
know.
But it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I just started teaching webinars, and the last one I did was the first one that I facilitated myself without a co-facilitator. And 5 seconds before we were supposed to go, 20 people. I can't get in the room. Like, I sent you the private link. I clicked on the link and I went in this room, but there's not any class happening. I'm like, well, because the class doesn't start for 5 minutes. Well, where's the class going to be when it starts? And I'm like, in that room. But, like I'm getting like 20 text messages before.
Right.
I don't understand. I clicked on a link and I went to this room and there's no class. Well, because it doesn't start for, I literally was texting people as I was trying to put the phone up on the tripod, but now I've gotten smart, 2 phones. That's the trick. One phone to be camera, one phone to field stuff. Because literally the text messages happen right up until the minute that it's like when we do Saturday Night Spiritual, my interface service, we use, now we've got a camera. We were using a laptop, but we broadcast it to the world so all my people everywhere can partake if they can't come to the church, and everybody from MCC, because we have hundreds of churches all over the world. But at the last minute, people are texting me like, where is this? And how do I get there? And what is it? Wait a minute. Is it Prospect Avenue in San Diego? Yes, it's in San Diego. That's why I say it's in Hollywood. It's in, Hollywood, San Diego area. It's when you're in Hollywood, you walk through a wormhole and then you're in San Diego, and take a left and it's right there.
It's San Diego adjacent.
Exactly. It's sort of San Diego. So, so it's, you have to like really babysit people till the last minute, and that's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But that's why I need many devices now.
Yeah. I just lose. It's just so much. I mean,
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I do contracts for a lot of my gigs now, because I'm doing a lot more private events and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
good for you.
So and then there's a lot of conversations that happen.
Because of contracts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly what time somebody wants to get on the microphone at their party and talk about
Uh-huh.
things. I try to tell people, it's all going to be great. We
Yeah,
don't
I
have to,
know.
we don't
Doesn't
have to
have to go in the-
micromanage
Yes.
everything.
I know. Doesn't have to go in the contract. It's all going to be fine.
It'll be fine. You can
Yeah.
come up whenever you want.
Yeah, I do this with Saturday Night Spiritual. I do the same thing. They're like, well, what do I'm like, you're going to love it. Just show up. Trust me. I have an outline. It's all taken care of. I don't show anybody the outline, not even the head pastor. Sorry, MCC. Did I confess that? Not even my sound guy. Nobody gets it till I get there that night, because I don't want somebody thinking, oh, I get it. I come after this speaker and then I have to make a change at the last minute, and then their cogs pop. It's better sometimes just to tell people 2 speakers, then you.
Right.
I'm going to get up and do this little thing, then you sing.
Right.
Because if you tell people, then they have that stuck in their mind, and then they freak out if that's not what's happening.
Right. Yeah, it's better just
And
go with the
especially
flow.
at a party, go with the flow. It's your party.
Yeah.
Come up whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's your party.
Multiple times. You can just
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah, we'll eat. You can pay us. You sing. You sing a cappella.
Yeah.
I'll eat chicken wings.
Exactly.
Fantastic. What are we playing, sweetheart?
Let's play one of my favorites, track 5, Don't Wake Me.
All right, we're doing it. This is Don't Wake Me, track 5. It's from Exposed. It's the new album by Sean Wiggins, and it's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. Let's do some more great music, and we're right back with you.
All alone, never thought I'd find another lover to change my view. I'm too young to have this kind of problem. Put the petals up one by one and toss the corner in the well, and I found you like the sunshine streaming into my heart. Whoa, whoa. Little bit of heaven feels like a magic tremble out of your touch. Oh, whoa. Little bit of heaven, heaven here on earth. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Try to clear my mind. I'm amazed I haven't started running thoughts. I couldn't change, doomed to always make the same mistakes, and the candles out one by one, and made a wish, and I can't believe what I found. You're like the sunshine streaming into my heart. Whoa, whoa. Little bit of heaven feels like a magic tremble out of your touch. Oh, whoa. Little bit of heaven, heaven here on earth. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Some might say this song sounds sad, or maybe melancholy, but don't get me wrong. Just been too long. You're like the sunshine streaming into my heart. Whoa, whoa. Little bit of heaven feels like a magic tremble out of your touch. Oh, whoa. Little bit of heaven, heaven here on earth. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm dreaming. Don't wake me if I'm
It's Don't Wake Me from the album Exposed. Do we say album still? Sean Wiggins is my guest.
I do.
I do too. Sean Wiggins is my guest all this show. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So yes, it is a CD, but to me, this is the CD. Like this, the thing that goes in here that's now stuck in my computer. That's the CD. That's the album is the collection of the songs.
Right. The album is the concept.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know we called vinyl album, but that's because that's all there was at the time was vinyl.
Right.
So and
Record.
8-tracks.
Record.
That was the record,
That was the
right?
record.
But the album should be the collection of the songs.
Right, that
That's
makes
how
sense.
you know the difference in an album and a single, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, or an EP, which is just a couple songs.
Right.
But that's what I think. But sometimes when I say album, people go, I don't got any albums anymore. 100, there's no more albums. Oh, really? Well, then what do you call this? Like so it's a CD, but what if it wasn't? What if it was on a flash drive? What if I just downloaded it and I didn't have a CD? It's not a CD if I download it.
Right.
I don't know. Don't they still call it Album of the Year at the Grammys?
I think so.
It's not on vinyl, probably.
And what is the because then there's like album of the year and then record. They do that.
I think record is the single.
Is it?
I think that's what they call the single at the
Oh,
Grammys.
okay.
Record of the Year is the song.
Okay.
I don't know why they don't just call it Song of the Year.
Because
But I
they
think
want to confuse us.
is that what it is? Well, they have succeeded.
Yes, I am
We're
confused.
I like that people are still making albums because there was a time, maybe 10 years ago, where they were saying, oh, the albums are going to go away. People were just making one-off singles and they weren't making albums.
Right. It's changing for sure. It's changing. I have people older than me saying, I don't own a CD player.
Right.
But I've had to educate people because most people still have a DVD player.
Okay.
Your DVD player is a CD player. It plays through your TV.
Right.
So most people have one. They just don't think of it.
I just got a new car in May, and it's my first car with no CD player.
Yeah, yeah. You know where my CD player is in my car? This is the way Volkswagen thinks about things. My glove compartment.
Oh, that's cool.
No, but can you imagine, like, oh, I'm just going to lean over underneath, and open my glove compartment and change the CD somehow where you can't see anything while
Right.
I'm driving.
Right.
Don't be on your cell phone, but try to put a CD in.
I had one once. I don't know which of my cars it was.
Was it in the trunk?
Yes. It was like a disc. It was like a 5-disc.
Yeah, but that's okay.
And it was in the trunk.
So you
yeah.
can prepare for that.
Right. Well, that's the same as I think in the glove compartment, you're just not supposed to change it.
Well, but that's only one CD. Say I'm traveling for 3 hours and I want to get there and I don't want to stop for gas. I want some music and
I know. I know. I feel even that way with my phone because if you fill your phone up with music, now I just got a new phone too, and it's got like 128K. But man, a 64 gig, I'll fill that up with photos and texts and my contacts, which is enormous. So I started putting music on thumb drives. By artists. You can get 2, 3, 4, depending on the thumb drive. I use the little ones because you don't want it to like sit in the hot car and then you lose like an 80 gig drive.
Right.
But I get a bunch of little like 1 and 2 gig that I got like free at the NAMM festival in my gift bag. And then I put like a couple albums on it and just stick them in there and I have a whole different ones I can choose from. And
So do you have a USB
yeah,
in your car?
I do.
I like
My new car has this wonderful thing called Apple CarPlay.
I've heard of this.
And it's lovely. It runs your text, voice texting, so I can voice text now. That's a workaholic's dream. It has your Waze program, so you no longer need to get GPS in the car.
Right.
Or Google Maps, whatever you use. For me, it's Waze because I can't quit the Waze lady.
I love
Even though we need to break up because sometimes she smokes crack and sends me to a really weird place.
Well, we need to talk about that because the Waze lady is annoying me right now.
Yeah, you guys need to break up. My best friend's always like, you need to break up with the Waze lady. And I'm like, I just can't quit her. I don't know why I keep going back to her. It's like a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, she sends you to a weird place.
Well, she will send you because you're going to save 1 minute. If you get someplace 1 minute faster,
Right.
she's going to take you on every little side surface street.
Yeah.
She's going to take you off the freeway at Riverside. For some reason, this is what she always wants to do. She wants to take me off at Riverside, take a left-hand turn, and then somehow get down to the 110, some weird surface street way that saves me exactly 1 minute. And it's aggravating as...
Yeah. She always wants to put me on the 170. And I don't know why, because I live like 2 blocks from the 405 and 2 blocks from the 101. But she always is insistent that I go down to the 170 for everything. I'm like, what is this, like Waze sponsored by the 170? Like does the 170 paying her? Like, hey, Waze lady, I'll give you like $5 in cyber chips if you'll send everybody to my freeway nobody goes on because it's the 170 because it doesn't go anywhere you want to go. But she's like obsessed. No, but it's nice. And then it also has all your music you can access. It has
Wow.
some apps. They're adding more apps.
And is it there a screen that you're looking at?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's cool.
You have a big screen.
Yeah, I've seen this.
This is nice.
Impressive.
This is why I get the same car. I've had 4 cars just the same.
Really?
Yeah, and the same color, the same thing. I've had a 2004, a 2013, 16, and 19.
Well, I've only owned 2 kinds of cars in my, so I bought the same car like 3
yeah,
times.
me too. It's
And
an
then
Aries thing.
I bought this car. This is my 3rd.
Yeah, same thing. It's an Aries thing. I've only had German cars. I've never had a non-German car.
Yeah, mine are, well, I have a Volkswagen.
That's a German car.
Yeah, Fig Newton.
Yeah.
Fig Newton.
You understand. What kind do you have?
Golf.
Okay.
Because I was part of Dieselgate.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had bought the Golf diesel, and say I paid. I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. Say it was 26,000.
Right.
I drove it 40,000 miles, and I got 24,000 back because of Dieselgate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I paid $2,000 for 40,000 miles.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was kind of cool.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I did okay.
Yeah. Do you drive a hybrid now?
No, I drive a regular.
Do you feel guilty? Do people make you feel guilty?
I don't let people make
Yeah,
me feel
I don't
guilty.
either. But people try sometimes. People get really like,
People try to put their.
yeah.
I want to do right for the earth. I do.
Me too.
And I will get a smarter, friendlier earth car
Right.
at some point, but the amount I drive, it doesn't make sense at this point. I would be constantly pulling off the side of the road to
And charging up.
charge. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just wouldn't work.
What about a hybrid? You have to charge that, do you? Doesn't the gas charge it?
Well,
I've never had one.
well, I love all of you Prius drivers.
Oh dear Lord, the Prius people. Really? Oh dear Lord, the Prius people.
Exactly.
They're the worst. We used to make fun of like, oh, look at that jerk in a Mercedes or BMW. Right? Oh, the Prius people have all those people beat. Because it's the same people, just 20 years later.
Right. Right. Now they're turning into Subaru drivers though. They're moving
Oh.
out of their Priuses.
Are they hybrid Subarus?
I don't know.
This
but
was always my thing about the Prius people. So you say that you have to drive a Prius so that you don't put a bigger footprint in the world, but then you go to the vegan restaurant and you take 2 spaces so no one touches your Prius. So somebody else has to drive like all the way down the street and walk to the vegan restaurant. So it kind of all is evening out, only now you have 2 spaces and princess parking.
That's hysterical.
So yeah, the Prius people are they can, for anybody driving Priuses, sorry, I didn't mean to be, but wow.
I love that you do. There was a gas, yeah.
Yeah. Give me a nice German car that burns some gas and I'm such a happy girl. And I just got it washed yesterday in the car wash by my house, and they've switched it over from where they drive it through to where you drive it through.
Yeah.
And I'm crazy claustrophobic. So I was like, oh no, what's this? He's like, oh no, people leave all the time because they realize, and I understand. So I left and I was like, no, Saturn went direct today and I'm going to get over something. Because, Saturn is all your life lessons that keep hitting you over and over again. It's been in
Okay.
return since April. So it's like all the things you've worried about in your life, lessons coming back. And I'm like, no, it's a new day. It's a new day. So I drove back and I proudly it was $4 Wednesdays. I proudly put my $4 in the machine. And then I called Paul and I was like, he's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm in a car wash. Can you talk to me while I get through it? Because the minute everything goes dark and the whole car I thought, I'll be sitting in my car. I'll sit in my car for hours in dry places. I'll be fine. But the minute it gets surrounded by that stuff and you're not controlling the driving and you couldn't open the windows or open the doors, it suddenly became like a little tomb. That was a long 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Originally he said it was 7, and then he came back and went, oh no, I'm wrong. It's 2. And I'm like, well, it's still.
I really kind of dig it. I love the colors.
Yeah.
It's like that is nothing natural about
No.
whatever they're using to clean your car is the most unusual colors.
Yeah.
Like you don't use anything in your home that's purple and pink and green and
No.
lavender.
Right.
and-
But nor do I clean anything in my home with a giant thing that looks like a red Muppet either. I was like, oh, it's like the same stuff from when I was a kid. Only when I was a kid, I thought it was fun.
That's funny.
But if you stay on your phone, you're okay.
Yeah.
The art of staying on your phone. It gets me through a lot of things. Long elevator rides. I'm like, oh, I'll just call someone.
Oh, I just start taking pictures. So I start become the photographer of the cool colors.
Okay.
And then but maybe video would be good as
Nice.
it splatters on the
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a party or anything on the roof of the W in Hollywood?
No.
Okay, it's on the 12th floor, so automatically I'm like, because Aries have a lot of phobias, and mine is elevators. And then it's a direct elevator, so there's just 1 and 12. There's nothing in between.
Oh wow.
And you get in, and it's like red inside, like all red lights. and like red velvet. It looks like a really bizarre David Lynch film. And then it's like the music.
Right.
So the first time they put me in, and I like to go up by myself so I can freak out in silence. I get in, and then this like, security guard in a black suit's like, "Okay, ma'am." And he like leans, I thought he was coming with me. He like leans in, pushes 12 and leaves. And you're like, okay, what if this gets stuck in the shaft forever and you never can? What if I'm here for till the end of time? What if the world ends and I'm like, hey, I'm in the concrete shaft stuck between 1 and 12? And it used to really freak me out. So I used to work a party up there. And then I just realized that if I call somebody, by the time I open the phone, unlock the phone, call somebody, and they pick up, I'm pretty much there.
Oh, okay.
So it's just, I distract myself by saying, you know what I should do? I should call somebody. And I bring out my phone, and then I just do all my steps. And then,
Right. You're
and you
busy.
actually can get reception.
That's what I was gonna
in
ask.
that. Yeah, you can in elevator. I did in the car wash too.
Well, yeah. I've talked to people in the car wash.
It's not like it used to be. That makes it better. It's less things to be phobic about now because of the phone. Can you imagine
Imagine
what life was like before the phone?
I can't imagine. Actually, I can totally remember my first phone. It was built like a peanut. It looked like
Oh,
a peanut,
okay.
about this big.
Yeah.
And I would only allow myself like 2 calls or 3 calls a day
Right.
because it cost so much
I had
money.
20 minutes a month were my free minutes.
Right.
20 minutes a month.
It was
yeah.
something crazy like that.
Yeah, and then like 40 on the weekends and nights.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd call my mom like once a day and go like, I'm in my set. She'd laugh because we had a matching plan. We'd be like, oh my God, we're on cell phones. And then we'd hang up. It's just, but I had the Motorola, the big one that had like the bottom flip down, and it had
Oh,
the
yeah.
little flimsy antenna that you had to
Yes.
pull up.
Yeah.
I know. And now my whole world's in the thing. But I think that if we had phones like we have now, when I was in my teens and 20s, I would have been a lot less stressed out. Because I wouldn't have had to worry, what if the car breaks down on the way to Vegas?
yeah.
Or because you have what you need. So you don't have to be, so that's what people like, I've never let my child have a phone. I'm like, really? Give the kid a phone. So the kid always knows how to call you, can always reach you. My mom would have stuck that phone in my infant hand. Just call me and let me know where you are. All right, what are we playing, sweetheart?
Let's play track 2. God Only Knows.
All right, we're doing God Only Knows right now from Exposed. Sean Wiggins. Sean's with me this whole show. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. Let's do this.
When I foreign night on the town, feeling kind of mellow, maybe just a little bit down. Looking for a change of scene, a break from that same old routine. Well, the moon was full and my heart felt the same. I know I didn't even know your name. They stood shining bright across the room. I was hoping you'd find your way over soon. Am I crazy? I don't think I can, not this time. Doesn't matter if I'm scared, I'll be just fine. Going with the flow, gonna learn how to take things slow. Where we wind up with, God only knows. Now you're standing by my side. I'm playing it cool till the moment's right. We got to talking and it felt so good. My mind was going places I didn't think it should. Well, there's something in the air tonight. It smells like jasmine and it feels so right. I'm looking down deep into your eyes. I might want to have this feeling for a really long time. Am I crazy? I don't think I can, not this time.
listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
Alcohol-related harm affects us all. Everyone knows someone who's been touched. Alcohol-related harm ranges from lost jobs to serious mental and physical disease, from ruined family life to property damage, from violent crime to homelessness, death, or prison. Go to alcoholjustice.org and sign up for action alerts and e-news. Then you'll be ready to add your voice to many others when it's time to call for action that will reduce alcohol-related harm.
Guitar, an amazing instrument. It has developed into an incredible voice in today's music. So many types of guitars, so many styles of playing, all sorts of gear. How does one make their voice be heard as a guitarist? My name is Jeff Floro, and welcome to All About Guitar, where we talk tone, we talk technique, we talk gear. So join me 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time at www.latalkradio.com on Channel 1. And let's explore all about guitar.
Hello, fellow culinary curiosities. I'm Tony Spatafora, host of the cooking show Dish It Out. What I love most is to get a few people together, tell a few stories, and get the party started in the kitchen, because really that's where the heart of any party is. If you need some easy, healthy, time-saving tricks, well, come on by our YouTube channel at Dish It Out TV to join in on the laughter, celebrity guests, and overall zaniness. So come hungry, get ready to taste a better life, because we're gonna dish it out.
As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is. Times Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Times, co-creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Graduated from college where everything's right on course. A perfect little mama dear, I always walk the line. Got straight A's in high school, so I think it's about time that I lay my head down and kick off my shoes. Dance on some tables, maybe make a front page news. This girl ain't slowing down. This girl It's 'cause I don't want to get too classy. When I lay my head down and kick off my shoes, dance on some tables made and make the front page news. This girl ain't slowing down. I tell you, this girl's just getting started. Oh, just getting started. My kids both think I'm going clean out of my mind. My friends think it's a change, like I'm almost out of time. I know it's jealousy, I can see it in their eyes. Catch a glimpse of me at night, where we're sure gonna get a surprise. When I lay my head down and kick off my shoes, dance on some tables made to make the front page news. This girl ain't slowing down. I tell you, this girl's just getting started. I said, this girl, oh, just getting started. Now this girl, just getting started. Just getting started. I said, this girl, just getting started.
It's the Sheena Metal Experience right here on LA Talk Radio. That's just getting started. Sean Wiggins from the album Exposed. And Sean is with me all this show. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. We're officially halfway through the CD now.
We are. It's official.
We're getting there. We're going to get through this thing. I'm telling you, we're going to play all this stuff because I love to do that when people come with new things, to play the whole thing.
Yay.
So we were talking a little bit about country music. So I knew you when you were more almost kind of, may I say the F word, folksy?
Right.
And
right.
then you went more country.
Yep.
And now you've gone more rock.
Yep.
So in the phases of your life, how did that sort of happen?
Folksy is just a chick with a guitar.
Okay.
So you can't.
That was an accident. It was a total accident.
Yeah, it's just what happens when a girl picks up a guitar.
Folk happens.
Yeah.
What the folk?
Yeah, because you're usually gonna. I wrote a lot of words, so I wrote songs with a lot of words.
Right.
And I'm not really a guitar player, so it's strummy, la 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 la, and
Right.
it's a folky.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, I'd been a rock sort of R&B kind of girl.
Okay.
I mean, when I was playing in Hollywood with bands before I went out on my own, I was sort of in a punk funk band. I was in a southern rock band, and then I was in a 12-piece horn band. I had an original 12-piece band.
With all horns? I mean,
And I mean, I had 5 horns, 2 backup
5
singers,
horns. That's
2
great.
guitars.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You know, blood, sweat, and tears kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, so I stripped it all the way down and became folky.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated being called folky.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said
Really
the F
bothered
word.
me.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Really
Yeah.
bothered me. So,
Yeah.
but then when you add in more instruments, you sort of lean away. And,
Yeah.
and I got into country by accident just because I wanted to write for other people.
But when you're just a girl with a guitar and you're labeled folksy,
Mm-hmm.
and isn't it easy to get more like women's gigs and Festival of the Egg kind of things? Although you did that full band for me, but I mean, a lot of places want a lot of women with guitars.
Well, especially when I was touring around the United States playing prides.
Right.
And a girl and her guitar,
That's it.
they could book that.
Equals pride. Girl plus guitar equals pride.
Yes. So, yeah, it worked. And it was easy. You didn't have to deal with a band.
Yeah.
I could fly around just a girl and her guitar.
Did you like playing prides?
I loved it.
Did you sell a lot of CDs?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they were good. I mean, I literally played all over the U.S., just a girl and her guitar.
Yeah. I did a couple summers of when I was writing for a lot of LGBTQI plus. I gave you the whole alphabet, but I'm not going to. Magazines. I did a whole couple years where I toured and hosted prides. And
Oh,
it was
really?
fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I met so many people. I was wandering around towns in the middle of the night with the people I met at the gig.
It's awesome.
It was so fun.
It's awesome.
And I have friends that have lasted to this day. And that was around early 2000s.
Do you still play Prides?
I played LA Pride. I was on the main stage LA Pride this year.
Really?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was really
Was
cool.
that your first time?
No, it's like my third.
Wow, being on the main stage
Mhm.
with a full band?
Uh-huh.
Wow. How do you even get into it? Because there's so many people. How do they get you? Do you just get there before everyone gets there? How do they get you in? And it
You
seems
mean
like,
physically?
Like physically, it seems like it would take like 4 hours just to get from, where you get off the freeway at Santa Monica to when you stand on the stage.
Well, we Ubered,
Okay.
so that helps.
Okay.
And it was early. I was
Did they have backline gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have to bring your guitar.
Right.
But
We have the guitars and everything.
we have everything. You don't need
You
to bring
just
anything.
stand on stage.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great. But we were early because I had a gig later.
Okay.
So, I had to get in and out.
Right. Because you had 4 more gigs
I had
that
4
night.
more gigs that
Like
day.
the only time you ever opened for me anywhere. It's because you had 4 more gigs. Not because I made you be the opening act, but because you had 4 more gigs
Yeah, I had
that
4 more
night.
gigs. Mm.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people.
It was fun. It was really fun. And, I mean, I've played... in Chicago, I had my biggest audiences. I played right before Sophie B. Hawkins for something called Market Days, which is it's not really a Pride, but it kind of
It's Pride-ish.
is Pride-ish.
It has pride, but
has
it's
pride.
not a pride.
Yeah, yeah. And it was just a sea of people.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really
She's
cool.
wonderful. She's been a guest here. I loved her.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah, she was lovely. Very gracious and very, very into her art.
And she was very kind to me as the little,
Right.
a newbie
Girl with a
folksy
guitar.
Girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
girl with a guitar.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. And you still do that, don't you? Sometimes? Have you done that?
Girl with a guitar?
No, Market Days. Don't you still go out there and do something?
I still play out. I play out there. I
Yeah.
haven't done Market Days in a while. I did a couple shows out in the middle of August. I was in.
You go there every year.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
once. Where else
Yeah.
do you go out of the area?
I don't go. I haven't really hit any other states
Yeah.
other than. I mean, I played in Wisconsin, Indiana, and Illinois.
Right, when you were
when
there.
I was there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't been heading out that much. I'm really right now. I'm sort of heading towards San Diego, which is right next to Hollywood.
Yes, it
So
is. If
it's
you
nice.
just go through the wormhole, if you're at the Founders MCC Church and you take a step in the wormhole, you're in San Diego in the other part of Hollywood.
Right. So I kind of from San Diego to Sacramento is sort of my.
Okay, that's nice. Well, how is the scene in San Diego? Because there used to be nothing there.
I'm just starting to do. There's I have a new friend who's booking some shows, Tanya Lemons.
Awesome.
And
Thank you, Tanya.
yeah, and she's trying to make stuff happen for sort of a female power tour with a bunch.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
So it's the egg expansion.
Festival of the Egg. I
It's
should
the
bring that
egg
back.
expansion.
I should get the URL. I should see if festivaloftheegg.com is available.
Yeah.
Because that was before we had a URL for everything.
Right.
And for me, if you have a URL, then it's real.
Right. Otherwise, it isn't.
Yeah. I'm going to try that. I might try that now during a song break and see if it's available, and then we'll have a laugh. Okay, what are we playing?
Let's play Thanksgiving, which is track 7.
Here we go. This is Thanksgiving. This is from Exposed. And yes, it's worth getting at the price of the CD just because you get lots of naked pictures of Sean. If that's what you're into, then you don't even have to listen to it. You just look at the naked pictures of Sean. Are you worried that people will do that? Just get it because you're naked?
Well, I'm worried it will turn people off, too.
Really?
Yeah, like
Like super religious people or
or
people who have a phobia about nudity?
yeah,
Nude phobics?
yeah.
Nudophobia?
Nude phobics.
Barophobia? All right, this is Thanksgiving. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. We'll be right back after this.
Streets are empty. Thanksgiving morning, where the line at Marie is round the block. Didn't feel like cooking. The hero stand waiting, watching hands tick by on the clock. Woke up with a chip on my shoulder as big as a sycamore tree. Alone at the holidays never feels right, especially under covers where late at night I said, pass me another piece of pie. Know that it's holiday message calling a halt to all of this anger and pain. Moved from the second I went to pressing that I was never gonna see you again. Lean back, tears in my eyes, wasn't sure I'd done the right thing. So all alone, I jump when the wind blows. It's nothing new, we all know how it goes. I said, pass me another piece of pie. You know that it's holiday time. Well, it's better than whiskey or rye. Pass me another piece of got your message a few days back, checking on how I have been. I said, fine, thank you. How about yourself? Like we had never been much more than friends. By the end of this brief exchange, we agreed we shouldn't talk. Better to leave old sleeping dogs lying when it's all done and we're forcing a trying. I said, pass me another piece of pie. Well, you know that it's holiday time. Oh, it's better than whiskey or rye. Now pass me another piece of pie. 'Cause you know it's holiday time. Well, it's better than a whiskey or rye. No, it's holiday time. I said, now pass me another piece of pie.
It's a Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. That's Thanksgiving from the album Exposed. The artist is Sean Wiggins, and I'm lucky enough to have her here with me the entire time and proud to call you my friend. I'm so glad you're here. This is wonderful fun. So we were talking about different kinds of gigs and all the different things that you've played and all the how life has gotten so busy in the new millennia. I was telling Sean a story about when I did my first TV show in my 20s, and we did a nude show, and we were all nude-ish. We were about as nude as Sean is on this. We weren't totally, obviously we couldn't be nude. And how then it just seemed like there was so much time to like plan everything.
Yeah.
And now it seems like everything just gets clicked out. And I'm sure I'm much busier because when you're in your 20s, early 20s, for the most part, there's not as much going on. So there's more time to plan.
Right.
But I also think pre-internet, there just was a lot more time.
Well, your answering machine was where you got your messages, and that
Yeah.
you had to go and turn it on and listen to it. And
Yeah.
and I didn't have like a half an hour worth of answering machine messages
No.
usually either.
No,
you
now I'll
know.
get 200 texts in a couple hours.
Right.
I just think people just didn't communicate that much.
Right.
People are used to communicating much more. And you would see everybody at the gig, and you'd talk to everybody for like 30 seconds. And then you'd see them next month at the gig.
Right.
And you talk to them for like 30 seconds.
It's very different. Time is different.
And I wonder if it's that way for like normal muggle people, or if it's just, I call normal people muggles, or if it's just a thing with us as artists, because now that person that we spent 30 seconds with, now they can communicate with us all throughout the month. So we hear from them a lot more.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't have these jobs, would we be hearing from people as
Yeah.
many times in a day as we do?
Probably not.
Because, everybody who wanted more time to talk to you at the show and didn't have the time, now there you are for the texting,
Yeah.
for the emailing.
Most of the people, like my friends and fans, don't overly text or message
Not
me.
that it's overly, but
Well, I don't hear from them that often.
Really?
Yeah, I talk to them at the gigs for the most part.
I hear from mine all the time.
Yeah, no, but I hear from a lot of people that I don't know
Okay.
that want to engage. Like I'm just sitting around doing nothing all day that I'd like to talk about what's your favorite kind of pizza. You know? Like I
okay.
get
Sure.
those kinds of questions.
Little bit stalkery. A little bit stalkery. We all have a couple little bit stalkeries. What is your favorite kind of pizza?
Well, I'll tell you what my least favorite kind of pizza
okay.
is, which I find offensive as a New Yorker. The Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Oh, yeah, what's up with that?
I find that I personally don't like fruit on my food.
Yeah.
If, like a fruit salad should be in its own bowl.
You don't like the ring of pineapple on the ham?
No.
No, I don't either. With the maraschino cherry and the toothpick? No,
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I don't like cooked fruit.
Yeah, I don't. I do in a pie.
Well, in a pie.
But I don't like sweet things with my, like, I don't like sweet and sour chicken. Like, I don't want
No.
a sweet thing with my food. I'm the same way.
Yeah. It's like, don't cook a strawberry with my steak. You
Yes,
know?
I'm the same way. And people think that's weird because that's so in.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your least favorite pizza.
Yeah. So, I'm kind of just a cheese. I'm a cheese girl.
Really?
I
That's
mean,
such a New
you
Yorker
could- you
thing.
can
Just
put
a
some-
slice.
Just a slice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally.
And if it doesn't fold in half and if a river of oil doesn't pour down the middle of
Then
it,
it sucks. Yeah, I feel the same way. It has to be really thin and really gooey
Uh-huh.
and with lots of cheese.
Yep.
Really a whole lot of cheese.
And you probably will burn your mouth first bite.
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah,
kind
and
of
your
the-
hand.
And your hand.
Everything burns. And whatever the oil touches.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll never get that out of your clothes ever.
But
so
it's a
just wear
memory.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Go as naked as Sean is on the cover of Exposed. Yeah, I don't like I like mushrooms and
Oh.
I like black olives and I like a meat product.
I like
but
a
I
meat
never
product.
have understood meatballs.
No, I don't.
And I never have understood, like, I love chicken. I eat mostly white meat chicken, but I don't think it belongs on a pizza.
No, and barbecued chicken does
Yeah.
not belong on a pizza.
And I'm not like the world's biggest tomato fan, but I don't know that I think all these different kind of sauces belong on the pizza, like pesto and barbecue sauce and ranch. It's
ranch
like,
sauce.
oh yeah, that's the thing. Ranch sauce with the chicken pizza. Yeah. Or the white sauce. I mean, I love white sauce on an Alfredo, but it doesn't necessarily belong on my pizza.
No, it doesn't only not necessarily. It just doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. I don't think like a crab leg belongs on my pizza. I like a crab leg,
Oh yeah.
but as its own thing, not on my pizza.
And and don't get me wrong, I love ham. I like pineapple.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm an omnivore, but
Yeah, I am too.
I know it's hard. You shouldn't
Yes.
admit this in LA.
Oh no, I'm an omnivore as well. Yes, I'm sorry. I have eaten things, and if they wanted to kill me and eat me, they could be my guest. It would be perfectly okay with me. But
I was
guess.
eaten by a mushroom.
Exactly. That pig finally had enough and said, "I'm going to put you on the pizza." All right,
Okay.
that's a fair. Turnabout's fair play.
Uh-huh.
I have eaten ham on a pizza, only because I've always had kind of a sensitive stomach, and sometimes pepperoni didn't do so well.
Oh, okay.
I prefer sausage,
Yeah.
but that's not the best for you. So little sausage, little mushrooms. I do like a black olive.
I love the black olive.
Yeah,
I like black olive
I just like a bowl of black olives.
do,
Does anyone
actually.
have one and want to bring them
Yeah.
down to the studio?
with
Just
a spoon.
Yeah, exactly. Just out of the can.
Yeah.
Bring them on. All right, what are we playing next, sweetheart?
Okay, this is a funky one. We'll talk about it after.
All right,
It's
good.
Track 6, Never Say Never.
We're doing it right now. Never Say Never from Exposed, Sean Wiggins. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. Here we go.
Will I walk this lonely walk forever? Sing these tortured songs whenever I say never, say never. Cloudy in the depths of my soul, wondering if I'm just getting old, if it's more than just my vision. No, it's not the same old song, though you try to sing along. The words are same, the meaning's different. Seeing through eyes of time surely make you change your mind. It's what I know, but wish I didn't. I'm not ready to cry, not thinking I'm about to die. Just pondering my future. Still it feels a little visceral, on the verge of criminal, without really much direction. It's a great tragedy, and I'm always in the chorus, watching the story fade to black. Never wanna try to engage, afraid of consequences. say hello. Some easy mathematics. Put your finger in the air. See if you can breathe up there. And fly your kite to the highest. No, it's not the same old song that you try to sing along. Words are same, the meaning is different. Seeing through eyes of time, surely they could change your mind. It's what I know, but wish I didn't. It's what I know, but wish I didn't.
It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. How about that? That was beautiful. That was Never Say Never, Sean Wiggins from Exposed. That was a cool song. It was funky.
Well, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It has three sections, sort of, and the time is different on all of them, and they don't really run together smoothly.
Yeah, it reminds me of, like, again, something very 70s.
Yeah.
Something very experimental. One of the things I love, that's my favorite decade of music in the world. And one of the things I love about the 70s is that you would get an album, you'd like a song on the radio, so you'd get the album. And I always got the album instead of the single because I wanted all the songs because I'm a little obsessive. And then you'd listen to the album and every song was different.
Yeah.
Now, when the 80s came in and the music industry got very corporatized, artists became encouraged to, oh, if this is your hit song, then write me 9 more that sound just like it.
Right.
But in the 70s, I love the fact that there were like a Queen album, right? Like you never knew what you were going to get on a Queen album.
Right.
All different kinds of stuff. And some stuff never would have been a single. But okay, didn't need to be. It was on the album.
Right.
So I like an album where songs sound different.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of that.
Yeah, it's definitely eclectic. And that, I feel like we've gotten, now we can go back to that because people don't really buy albums.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But they do still, don't they?
I think people buy singles more
Do
than
people
they buy.
download your singles more than buy your albums?
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a gajillion.
Okay. Not a gajillion.
I don't have a gajillion.
Sean Wiggins, 1 gajillion sold.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on a gajillion. I don't even know what a gajillion is.
I don't either, but I hope you sell that many. Whatever it is, let's do it.
How many zeros are in a gajillion? But I do get downloads, but I put it up for any price. So I have it on
nice.
iTunes, but I also might have it on some strange company out of Russia. Or look, Russia can't say that, can I? Some strange company out of what can I say these days? What am I allowed
Somebody
to
asked
say?
you to buy
Iceland.
Somebody asked you to buy a Sean Wiggins single, they might also be trying to hack some sort of election. So
Yeah, exactly.
be careful if it's the blue and white egg face person. It might not really be about Sean Wiggins.
No, I like there might be a small company in Iceland that you can download one of my songs for like a penny.
Oh,
I just put it up for any.
nice.
You have to pay me something, like a
Right.
penny.
A penny. All right. That's nice. Okay. I love that. What are we playing next?
How about a really sad song that's everybody's favorite
Okay.
right now? It's track 9.
I'll Find My Way.
Yes.
All right. We're going to do I'll Find My Way, and I'm going to search for a penny to pay Sean for the CD she just handled me. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio, and this is from Sean's new album, Exposed, and here it is.
Watching the clock on the wall, hands spinning out of control. 10 years feel like yesterday. Could it be a sign I'm getting old? I say slow, time says no. Don't wanna go back, just need to know that it isn't just a pointless game, spinning circles all in vain, that it's all for something, and that somehow I'll find my way. Wish I had the secret guide to show me all the rules rules and regulations, fumbling in the dark most times, hoping for divine inspiration. I say slow, time says no. Don't wanna go back, just need to know that it isn't just a pointless game, spinning circles all in vain, that it's all for something, and that somehow I'll find my way. Always looking for what you don't have, always trying to change what you can't. You might be laughing, but you ain't fooling anybody. Funny, as I write this song, something tells me that I got it all wrong. Made it all so complicated, couldn't find the place where I belong. I said slow, life said go, didn't need to turn back, just had to know that it isn't just a pointless game, spinning circles all in vain, that it's all for something, and that somehow I'll find my, that it isn't just a pointless game, spinning circles all in vain, that it's all for something, and that somehow I'll find my, that it's all for something, and that somehow I'll find my way.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
The thought of growing old with you makes me feel young again. Seeing your face every morning would make me smile. I'm not asking for anyone to turn back time. I'm just asking that it lasts a long, long while. Had my share of crazy, could tell you stories to make you cry. Didn't know what I was looking for, and I sure couldn't tell you why. But it seems the air is clear, I can see now, I can breathe. Can't put my finger on it, it's all about you and me. The thought of growing old with you makes me feel young again. Seeing your face every morning make me smile. I'm not asking for anyone to turn back time. I'm just asking that it lasts a long, long while. Oh, faithful, loyal to a fault, I always walk the line. Friends would say that I was nuts, and I tell them I'm feeling fine. Awake to watch the sunrise, you're lying by my side. Can't put my finger on it, all I know is it sure feels right. just about giving in. Brought back joy and eases pain, and learned to feel alive again. Even in the darkest night, stars will light the way. Nothing else to figure out, but one more thing to say. Thankful every day. The thought of growing old with you makes me feel young again. Seeing your face every morning will make me smile. I'm not asking anyone to turn back time. I'm just asking that it lasts a long, long while. I'm just asking for plain old simple life. I'm just asking that it lasts a long, long while. All I know is it sure feels right. Ooh. All I know is it sure feels right. Oh. All I know is it sure feels right. All I know is it sure feels
It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. So beautiful. 2 back-to-back from Sean Wiggins. That was I'll Find My Way and then Growing Old. Sean is with me all the show, and we're trying to play the whole Exposed CD, and we're almost there. One more and we're there.
Yes.
Thank you for sitting here with me this whole time. This has been so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure.
I reached out and you're like,
And I said, of course.
Of course.
We're friends. Anything for friends.
Let's do it.
Friends make life better. So where can people find you, find the CD, find everything? And then before we go, we are going to play How the Time Goes.
It's all the sad songs, just so you know. These last are all
That's
the
okay.
sad
I'm
slow
Irish.
songs.
I love the sad songs.
You can go to SeanWiggins.com and it will send you to CD Baby,
Okay.
where you can either get the physical CD or download the CD.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
iTunes, wherever.
Get a CD because you want to hold it in your hand.
You
And
do. You want to
still
hold
want to
it.
hold it in your hand. I'm sorry it's plastic, environmental psycho people. I'm sorry that this is plastic and I put this in my body. I'm sorry that this has plastic on it and I use it to get into my car. I'm sorry this board is plastic. I don't know that they make them out of cardboard. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. All right. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. And this is, of course, How the Time Goes. If you want to find me, SheenaMetalExperience.com, LATalkRadio.com. Please send me an email and I'll gladly forward links to you. Social media, I'm at Sheena Metal everywhere. I'm also the founder of RaisingTheVibration.org. Here we go.
Stood on the porch, watched the fog roll in, put out a hand to touch the rain. Couldn't bear thinking about starting again, wishing it would wash away the pain. Pulled out a car, packed only a bag, said she couldn't bear another hour. He looked at the clouds and tried to think back when it had all gone so sour. And oh, how the time goes, we lose ourselves in the day-to-day. And oh, only time will show the things we've forgotten to keep love lasting, things we've forgotten to say. Didn't have a plan as she reached for the door, sure the tears were gonna flow. All that talk gave too many years. When it's time, you just know. Wouldn't be easy, but she didn't care. Both had given it all. Sometimes the best of intentions make for worst kind of fall. And oh, how the time goes, we lose ourselves in the day-to-day. And oh, hopefully time will show things we've forgotten to keep love lasting, things we've forgotten to say. He kicked at the dirt, she stared at her finger, at a ring from a long time past. A little surprised, she could barely remember the fears from the day that bound them together, a love that was so short-lived. Looked up at the exact same time, and nothing more they could do, just smiling with one kiss goodbye. Said, darling, I really love you. And oh, how the time goes, we lose ourselves in the day-to-day. And oh, things we've forgotten to keep love lasting, things we've forgotten to say, things we've forgotten to say.
You're listening to the Sheena Metal Experience with your host, Sheena Metal, right here on LA Talk Radio.